Previously on Thirst for Red. Chapter 4. Part 2 of 3. Tsukishima slams Hinata against the wall. Hinata froze. Shush, Shoyo. Tsuki. Flushed face. Why are you calling me by my name? Shoyo. Let me kiss you. Hinata couldn't believe his ears. Tsukishima's mischievousness put Hinata on edge. It was very difficult to stay calm when you're under time pressure, in front of a smoking hot volleyball player, politely asking you for a kiss. And on top of that, ignoring all the basics and dropping straight to first name basis. He could barely stand, let alone think straight. It was a complete repeat of what happened earlier that day. Minus all the intense vibe he keeps on getting from Tsukishima. He didn't hate it. In fact, he kinda wanted it too. There was more touching, more feeling, and more heart thumping. The closeness. The sound of Hinata's heart was loud enough for Tsukishima to feel, strong enough to overwhelm Hinata's numbing senses. Tsukishima held his gaze, as if daring him not to look away. His massive demeanor made Hinata weak to his knees. Hinata's ability to reason is yielding. Not a single word left Hinata's mouth. Hinata wanted to misinterpret Tsukishima's intentions. He clearly stated his desire for a taste of him. Hinata thought, maybe if he did, he could control the violent beating of his heart. No. Not even then. Tsukishima's eyes were filled with longing. Hinata couldn't find any other plausible reasons as to why he would want to mistake it for something else. What's his reason? Does he really need one? I'd like to kiss you without asking permission, but I can't. The flutter Hinata felt within was uncontrollable. He couldn't keep himself composed. The lump on his throat prevented him from running his mouth. The intensity was too much. I shouldn't. His eyes begged Hinata to give in. Tsukishima pressed a little harder against him until their cheeks brushed. His breathing tickled Hinata's senses. His voice sent shivers down his spine. I won't. He parted to look at him. If you don't want me to. Hinata held Tsukishima's, now, stunned face. Consenting to his request. Tsukishima could feel his hand trembling. You don't have to be afraid. His words felt like cotton candy. It felt like getting tucked under warm covers after a long day. Coffee, on a cold rainy day. He took Hinata's trembling hand and kissed the inside of his wrist. Tsukishima could feel Hinata relax little by little. He leads Hinata's hands to rest on his shoulders, pulling him closer. Tsuki. He lays a soft kiss on Hinata's temple. A kiss, on his hazy eyelids. On his cheek. He planted a playful kiss on the tip of the nose. Slowly, Tsukishima inclined his head. Their noses, alongside. Their lips, almost touching. Tsukishima waited for what seemed like forever. Hinata took a deep breath. Bit by bit, his eyes sealed shut. Pulling Tsukishima closer. Sealing the gap between their lips. All reason left their system. Hinata could feel himself collapsing in Tsukishima's arms. Tsukishima's soft but firm lips pressed against his, like pen on paper. His thumb, rubbing down the side of his neck. He guided the way Hinata tilts his head, stroking his hair, reassuring him. Tsukishima's sweet scent smothered Hinata, making him gasp for air. Tsukishima didn't let him go. He dived in deep, right when Hinata left him a gap to enter. His tongue brushed inside his mouth, sucking ever so slightly. He breached his depths. Hinata was getting pulled under. It was a trance, neither could get enough of. Everything accelerated. It is getting steamy, by the second. By degrees, Hinata opened his eyes halfway. He could only think of how badly he wants to see the face Tsukishima is making. What unfolds upon him, is a pair of fiery eyes already staring back at him. A cheeky smile escaped Tsukishima's lips. Hinata's heart swelled. He's being devoured. Drowning. Trapping him. Tsukishima's tender kisses drained away all of Hinata's worries. He nibbled on Hinata's moist lips. Tongues intertwined. Linked, like their lives depend on it. Their breathing sank. Growing hotter and heavier. Suffocating. Wanting more. It was only Tsukishima and him. Tsukishima's fingers sank in Hinata's skin with a mind of their own. Every touch left a tingle. The rush of sensations crawling across his body was maddening. Scary. Exciting. He was defenseless. He was melting. Tsukishima's kisses traveled from Hinata's lips down to the hollow of his neck, leaving his mark. He let out a throaty sound. His sexiness only made Tsukishima crave him. He grabbed Hinata by the hips. His hands slipped under the thin clothing. His touch made Hinata flinch, completely regaining sense in his arms. Monday, 2:11 p.m. At the parfait shop. Hinata and Tsukishima sat across each other. Dead silence. Tsukishima and Hinata Shoyo's thoughts. I let out a weird sound. Internally screaming. If he didn't stop me on time, I'm not sure I could have stopped myself. Who knows where that would lead us? What would Tsuki think of me now? Loudly crying face. Damn, I couldn't hold back. That was really sexy. Tsukishima rubbed his temples. What have you done, you lowlife Hinata? I'm such a disgrace. Facepalm. Tsukishima and Hinata bore eyes on the photo laid upon them. A 4-pic collage. A kiss, on the inside of Hinata's wrist. A kiss, on his eyelids. A kiss, on the cheek. And a playful kiss, on the tip of his nose. Thank God, the censor's stupid enough to recognize every kiss. It didn't get the kiss. Real time. Tsukishima was first to break off the silence. Thanks. Hinata looked away. Anywhere but him. Yet. Don't worry about it. Sorry, we didn't get the triple deluxe. But they still gave us this. Smiling face with open mouth and cold sweat. If only we got a picture of it taken. It doesn't matter. No biggie. Hinata felt bad for not getting him the parfait, seeing how excited he got when he heard the word strawberries. But getting the parfait would only mean they get to kiss the second time around. He's doubtful of whether he can handle the situation before things get out of hand. Will Tsukishima do it again? He wants to give it a shot. Let's have another picture taken. Do you understand what you're saying? I have to kiss you again. Putting it into words was more embarrassing than what they initially thought. Did my kiss leave you wanting more? Smirking face. Tsukishima extends his hand to reach him. Teasing him. His thumb brushed against Hinata's upper lip. Tracing his lower lip. Down to his chin. Hinata was motionless. His head was spinning. His heart and body screams yes. It stings, wherever he touches. It didn't stop there. His hand roamed lower. Until he reached the spot. Tsukishima zeroed in on a love bite he left on his skin. He pulled his hand away in a haste. Hinata brushes a hand over his bruise. He winced when he pressed on it. Tsukishima glimmered. Tsukishima turned red as a strawberry. Tsukishima stopped him before he could answer. I'm not that hungry for strawberries anyway. If Hinata said yes, he knew he wouldn't be able to hold back. Well, if you say so. You can keep the photo. Tsukishima and Hinata Shoyo's thoughts. And always be reminded of our kiss? I don't want to look too eager. If it's Tsukishima, he will probably decline. Then I can have the photo without being shameful. Real time. So sure. I don't mind. What? Did you change your mind? Ahahaha. No. It's fine. Smiling face with open mouth and cold sweat. Tsukishima took out a Swiss knife and cut the photo 2 and 2. Here, you can hold onto the other 2. Receiving the photos, he slides a hand over. Hinata Shoyo's thoughts. Tsukishima. My first kiss. Monday, 2:50 p.m. Tsukishima was spent. Everything that took place mentally drained him. Tsukishima went to the direction leading to the station. He was so ready to head home. Tsukishima spots Hinata going the opposite direction. Where are you going? Where are you going? Home. Ugh. Tsukishima, why do you have to be so boring? Tsukishima made a face. Are you telling me you're better at having fun? Hinata nods. Tsukishima couldn't do anything but sigh. Where are we going then? Hinata smiles, sparkling teeth all out for him to see. Though, it didn't hide his flaming red cheeks. Come with me. Where to? You'll know when we get there. Smirking face. Tsukishima's thoughts. Don't tell me. The reason why he doesn't want to go home was